And Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. There's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. Okay. By Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the overlake preaching His word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brothers Osabod in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, and we will with another video to edify. And you know, what you see on the screen is going to be a normal state of women. And what she's saying is the same sentiment a lot of women are already thinking, right? So I'm going to play this video and get some precepts, and Lord willing, I'll be edifying, because the state that a lot of women are going to be in is it's going to be in a destitute state, right? It's going to be a very destitute state, right?
Here. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it. When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear nobody say shit. When you see me on the corner, mind your business, because these recruiters have one more time to play with me. I get in an argument with my mom every other day, and she comes in my face talking about some, oh yeah, Mira, you have a degree, you could get a job anywhere. I don't understand. Where, Wanda? Where are the jobs? Every day I apply to like 100 places. I'm so broke. I'm rationing my pussy with these tampons. Okay, bitch, I'm on my period right now. My cramps was horrible last night. I couldn't take an Advil because I'm like, I don't know if we're going to make it through the week. I'm over it.
So you see, right? In a time of scrutiny and dwelling in goods, the women are the first one to lose everything, bro. Right? When you're really talking about a company, why would you keep the women there when they're willing to work less, right? On average, like, they've been coming up with all these statistics of why women make less, right? And it all comes down to they're not willing to do the stuff that pays more, or they're not willing to do things that helps them get paid more. Women work less hours on average, right? They have more sick days. Far more likely to ask for a medical leave, right? That's why in these times, man, nobody really want to have women in their workplace. They want the men. Every job I've had, right, and I've worked a lot of medical field jobs in different portions of it, right? From the hands-on, just in-house care, to mental health, and now to the financial portion of it. And they're always looking for men that got some nuts to step in, man. And it's wild, man. It's wild. You never would think it is like that, but this is the course of time, man. So basically right now, right, she relied on a college degree. She thought she was going to be living large and eating good, and now she got out of college, which is a normal thing because most of the people who go in college is women, right? Now they're out of college and they can't find a job and make any money, right? Or the jobs they do find don't pay them the money that they thought they were supposed to be earning, so they go past those things and think they're just going to live with their parents and everything forever, right? And what you got to understand is a woman's whole entire existence is subsidized, right? Entire life is subsidized. Even down to the entertainment. They go on a date, the man's the one that pays for it, right? When they want to feel special on Valentine's Day, the man pays for it. They don't provide shit for the man. Christmas, the dude get a tie or some socks, and the woman gets diamond rings. Their entire lifestyle is subsidized. So now we're coming into the time now where men don't give a fuck about them no more. And now they got to do for themselves, and they can't. So now this is their first recourse. And this is why you women are fucking wicked too, because here it is, you're talking about selling your ass because you can't find a job. And this woman's serious. Don't think it's all a fucking joke. It's been crossing their mind for a while. A lot of women, this is their mindset. It's been crossing their mind for a while. Right? It's just the times are catching up to where now it's in the forefront. It used to be a second thought. Now it's in the forefront. Right? And instead of them saying, you know what, I'm gonna try to get a man, right? We not even say try to get a godly man. They're not even trying to get a man that'll help them get through life. They going straight to the hole or straight to the pole, right? But let's get some precept, man. It's Isaiah 32 and 9. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." And women have been at ease, the scriptures tell you. This is so like yeah. Here it is. Timothy, 1 Timothy 5 and 6. "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And these women have lived in pleasure. So they've been walking in the courses of death. Right? They went to school. Right? They took out a bunch of loans. They wasn't thinking about it. They wanted to live on campus where living on campus is like 5 G's for like 4 months. No, living on campus and that's sharing the dorm, mind you. It's like 8 or 9 G's. It's about 8 or 9 G's for for about 4 months, and that's in a cubicle ass room with a roommate on the other side, and you got a shit ton of rules that you gotta abide by. And they do that. They do that just because they want to live the college experience, and they put themselves in debt. You women have been fully at ease, man. Fully at so much at ease that you'll sit here and say you don't need men, when every part of your life you're using things that men have built. Right? Back in Isaiah 32 and 10, it says, "Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." Right? And I was watching Elder Yashawamba's video, and he was talking about the vintage, the welfare system in the scriptures. Well, right now they're actually cutting off. Right? At the end of February, they cut off. They reduced people's food stamps, WIC, SNAP, all that. They reduced that by a minimum of $95. There's been people out there getting $400 plus in food stamps, and that's just being cut. And at the price that food is right now, that's really the amount you need for food stamps just for you to get a normal amount of groceries. Right? So people are about to start suffering, and mostly it's going to be women because your entire life is subsidized. You're the one, when you think about a woman, all she does is snack. Women love to eat. They're the ones that talk about getting hangry, right? Because they're always feeding their appetites. They're always feeding the flesh. So in a time where things start getting ripped away, it's going to hurt them a lot more than it's going to hurt men. Right? And I was having a conversation with the brother at camp. There's a word. Let me get this. Solipsistic. I can't say it correctly. Salakia. Right? This is a theory holding that the self can know nothing but its own modifications, and that the self is the only existing thing. So basically, this is how women think, that they're the center of the universe, and the only other things, right, that exist are things that directly benefit and affect them, right? So this is why women, when you think about it, women know nothing about what's going on in current events, right? They don't look out for any danger. They're not circumspect because unless that those things benefit them, it doesn't matter. Like even children, right? In this time, and I compared it to this whole mindset with children, right? In the coming famine, right? A woman is going to look at her kids like a liability that doesn't benefit them, so they're going to become cold towards them, right? That's why the scriptures compared the woman to the ostrich, hardened against her young ones, because right now women look at kids like a paycheck, man. Right? They have a child with a man, and to get back at the man, they put to get back at the man, they'll put him on child support. So the child has value because they can get assistance through the child, right? And they can put additional hell on this man that's trying to move on. But when the money ain't coming in for nobody, that child no longer has a significance for her life. So she's just gonna toss that child aside. She might even offer up to eat that child, right? Just like in Second Ezra 6 or Second Kings, the 6th chapter, when the woman boiled her son, right, and ate her son, and then the other woman hit her son, right? The deal that they had. Well, it's gonna be the same thing now. Women are gonna. It's just in their nature to do this thing, right? They're gonna willingly give up that kid, even try to get a man that's gonna benefit them with protection, and boil that kid because in their mind they're the center of the universe, and anything that doesn't benefit them doesn't exist. They're gonna willingly detach. All right. So back in second Isaiah 32:10, it says, "Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Right? Basically being put in a low state. It says they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. Right? We're coming down to that time. That woman was lamenting for that stuff. She getting ready to sell her box because she can't get a job. She don't want to be broke. She don't even have a mindset to get a man because really she ain't even ugly. She ain't even ugly. She can easily get a man, man. Right? It says, upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city, because the palaces shall be forsaken, and the multitude of the city shall be left. The forts and the towers shall be for dens forever. A joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks. Right? You women are getting ready to be turned into a real low, destitute state. And you should be terrified of that, man. Right? You should be terrified of that. It should cause some fear to seep into you to seek out the Lord, man. Right? And all that schooling she got, that degree, was this ever taught her? Ecclesiastes 12:1, it says, "Remember now that Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Right? You $30,000-$40,000 in debt from school and can't get a job. Right? What righteousness did you learn in that school? None, man. None. You learned so much wickedness that you came out of there and somehow you can even get a man to ensure that you had somewhere to stay, somebody to depend on, and somebody to support you. It says, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves." Right? The keepers of the house is talking about your government officials, the big money makers in your society. Right? And the grinder cease because they are few. Right? She can't find a job, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Right? This woman and a lot of women don't think that the ride is ever going to end. So they stayed proud. They did what they wanted. And now they're in a bad spot. That's a terrible place to be, man. Isaiah 3:6 says, no, that's not the right one. 3:16. Isaiah 3 and 16, it says, moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion have walked with, have, Salakia, it says, moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, right, proud, and walk with stretched forward necks and wanton eyes, they never stopped at what they wanted, man. Everything was fair game for women. You see it. They put it on social media, man. There's so many videos out. Right? They have people making money simply from women freely giving content on the internet of how bad they are, how wicked they are. Right? They're wanton. It says wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making tickling with their feet. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with the scab of the head, scab of the crown of the head, on the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover the secret parts. Now I'm gonna jump down. It says, verse 18. Now I got to keep reading. It says, "In that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon." Right? You're no longer gonna be able to make yourself fair. Women stack up debt just to sit here and look good, man. One of the people from my work sat there and said at one point she was, I think she said like $10,000 or $12,000 in debt through a credit card for Neiman Marcus. Like, what the fuck, man? Who does it? Who does that? Right? Because what, they try to keep up appearances and they want to live high on the teeth. This is the woman's mindset, man. It says, and the Lord said He's going to take all that away. It says the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the leg, and the headbands and the tablets, and the earrings and the rings, and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crispin pins. Basically, all the goodies the Lord is about to take away. He's about to take it all away. You women are going to be out there by yourself. The person that needs the most help has shit on everybody to the point where not even their own men want them. That's a terrifying thing, man. A weak person that has no strength, that's shitting on everybody in a time where you're gonna need help. That's terrifying. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. And this is what women have done, so they put themselves in these positions. Right? There's a reason why Isaiah 4 exists. Why do you think women are going to sit here and be begging men? Because they put it out so much. Right? Before, if a woman came up to a man and she looked all right, a man would just be like, you know, yeah, come with me. Right? Now men don't give a fuck how they look. They'll dog them out. You see videos where women will sit here and they clearly look all right, but they'll sit here and have a proud mind and everything, and think they look way better than they are, and think that they're hot shit. And they'll ask a man to rate them, and the dude be like, you're 5 at best. Right? They don't even care about these hoes. Right? There's a reason why Isaiah 4 exists, man. Because these women have made themselves undesirable. And now you're coming in a time where you're where everything's going to be under scrutiny, man. Your pockets are going to be low. You women aren't going to have any choices, man. And still, women, instead of sitting there looking at a man like, oh man, I got to get me a man to help me out and take care of me and hopefully have some real care for me, you women will go every other way. Ezekiel 4 and 16, it says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. And the Lord's breaking the staff of bread, man. That all those social care systems, all the supplementation, the WIC, right? Social Security, even Social Security is about to be frozen because they haven't raised the debt ceiling, so that shit might dry up really soon too, man. So a lot of these old women, bro, they taught these young girls how to be hoes. So I don't feel shit for them either, man. When a lot of this stuff starts coming down, man. These women learned, these modern day young women learned how to be how they are from older hoes, bro. Right? We're in a terrible time, man. And Lord will, I'm gonna get some time and I'm gonna actually go deeper into this word and how this is gonna affect women in these times, because it's gonna be real grievous to see the extent of how these people's minds are gonna change, man. I'll say this, the Wadi Yabba Shemar Shai for this knowledge, because it's like I'm getting to the point now where I can understand how mindsets change and people's spirits, and I have a better understanding of how women deal, man, and it's gonna be we're getting ready to see them do some unspeakable things, bro. Right? It's as Ecclesiasticus 40:29. It says the life of him that depended on another man's table is not to be counted for a life. And these women consistently depend on other men's table, whether or not they want to admit it or not. There's women out there, and my blood sister, right, wicked ass nigga that she is, she's one of them, where she thinks that because she got food stamps, that she contributes something to the household. Like she's actually bringing something in and doing something big. Yo, you're depending on another man's table, and that's not to be counted for a life. You don't even sit here and depend on somebody, right? When a man and woman come together, it says these twain shall become one flesh. So when a woman is with her man and she depends on her man, that's not a shame to her, because they're in a union. But these women, man, they depend on the government, they depend on everything but a relationship that the Lord sets up, and they go about just being hoes until they hit their 40s, that wall hits, and now they're thinking about, man, in 10 years I might start having some real serious health issues. And a lot of these women, they do certain things where if they had a man, the man would tell them don't do that shit, but they don't have that. So what? They end up destroying themselves in the process, and now they're out there by themselves with no help, right? And such is the time, man. Such is the time where these things are gonna increase. It says, the life of him that depended on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluted himself with other men's meat. But a wise man well nurtured will beware thereof. Right? That's why it's always good for brothers to have a grinder mentality, man. Right? It's you and the Lord, not you and the Lord through this, man. It's you and the Lord. It means you operate on faith and you make actions, man. You walk about with a sense of urgency and actions and trust in the Lord. You don't expect somebody else to just throw something in your lap, man. You got to be a grinder in this thing, and a lot of women don't have that. So these times, expect a lot of women to start selling ass, man. And a lot of dudes ain't going to be buying, because why would you buy ass when you can eat some bread, man? Men already don't even give a fuck about having sex with women anymore. A lot of men are just like, fuck it. They'll rub one out and have their bread and do fun shit and keep it pushing. That's a terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing that women have done to themselves. But hey, this is the time. I just want to speak on this video. Lord willing, is edifying. I'm going to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shemir Shai, by Shemir Kakadash. Shalom.